We're getting right into some goodies here, folks. We got some floaties for the pool and ocean, and also a nice thermometer for baking and cooking. We also got some random fill-in items. We just got back from a trip to San Diego. We live in Puerto Rico. That's my new food scale for baking. I'm upping the game, you guys. Weighing out flour by the ounce instead of by the cup. Here's my sink full of dirty dishes. And my kitchen is just in general disarray. We're gonna start attacking that one thing at a time here. Here's my basil Mrs. Meyer's dish soap. I love this stuff, smells so good. I'm just attacking these dishes, very boring, very mundane, but you know, it's like the first step to cleaning up. You gotta clean up those dishes in the sink. So I tried not to drag this out too long, but hey, the camera was rolling. So let's include that in the process. Here I'm starting to work on one counter at a time. So I'm taking a brand new bag of potatoes and putting them into a colander to store on the counter. That's how I like to store my potatoes. This is my new food scale. I take it out of the package and try and figure it out. And I didn't think that the batteries were enough, but it turned out that they were, so I just kind of set that aside for a second. Here's my package of cornbread mix. I'm gonna make a cornbread casserole in another video. And we're just picking up the trash here. I'm going to give this countertop spray down with some Mrs. Meyer's antibacterial cleaner and start wiping up. That's the name of the game today. Wiping and wiping, as you will see. I'm gonna finish the dishes since I never really did. Does anybody else have a hard time sticking to one task at a time? It was just a lot. I filled up the rack and needed to take a break. So I started another task, but here we go. That's it. I'm starting to scrub out the sinks now because these porcelain sinks get so filthy. We're really hard on our kitchen. It's actually really difficult to get them clean. I've tried a couple different things. Last time I went to the store, I picked up Barkeeper's Friend, but it turns out I picked up Barkeeper's Friend for stainless steel surfaces. And I don't know, I've just been too cheap to replace it, even though it's all of like $2, but whatever. I use it anyway, and I'm gonna use it up until it's gone, and then I will get another product and use that. Just another countertop to get clean over here. This is my microwave counter, so I'm just going ahead and cleaning it up just like all the other ones. The inside of my microwave isn't too bad right now. I did it last week. And it was real bad then. So I'm just gonna go ahead and touch the outside surfaces. Put my coffee pot back. Next, I'm cleaning off the top of the microwave so that I can sanitize the top of it. And that's what I continue to do here, still using Mrs. Meyer's antibacterial surface cleaner. So you can see I've coated the problem areas in the sink with this Barkeeper's Friend, as I mentioned. And I like to let it sit on there and soak. So it does a decent job. It's better than it was before. It's just not perfectly white. Let me put these cleaned grates back on for somewhat of a protectant. And that's the reality, folks. Dirty dish already right back in the sink. Thank you very much. Next surface. I have a huge kitchen. I don't even realize how big my kitchen is until I start cleaning. I I've pretty much been in here all day working on this. Spraying, soaking, wiping, rinsing, picking stuff up, moving it out of the way, wiping underneath and around, all over, so that nothing starts to build up funk. It's really good to do a lot of shifting around in your home so that the energy doesn't stagnate and so that filth doesn't stagnate. This is our gorgeous Berkey water filter. We've had this thing for like 5 years. Actually, this is our second one because our first one broke on our move to Puerto Rico, and we love it. It has the best tasting water. This is my little espresso station over here. So as you can imagine, it's coffee, so it gets dirty. It needs to be cleaned up quite frequently. We keep that little towel there on the left-hand side so that our utensils for it, the accessories for it, can rest there nice and cleanly. But I try to switch that out every day so that, like I said, it doesn't get all super yucky. Here's another countertop I'm cleaning off, putting those potatoes away, putting that food scale together, dumping out my soda I didn't finish, and again, wiping down. Brought out some fresh towels. This is a busy area of my kitchen. I'd really like to get something to organize all the spices and those oils. Just get it make it look a little bit better over here. So we'll work on that soon. Now I'm moving everything out of the way so that I can wipe down underneath all this stuff. And I don't really know why I put it all onto a cookie sheet, to be honest with you. It seemed like a good idea at the time, and then I don't know. I guess to protect the countertop that I already wiped down. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put everything back here. It's quite a lot of stuff. We have a pretty kitchen heavy life, so we like to keep a lot of seasonings and spices on hand so that we can create a lot of different flavor profiles and we don't get bored of eating at home. There you go. There it is. Finally getting onto the countertop. Not the countertop, the cooktop. So I pulled off all the knobs because, as you can see, it's really grimy underneath that area. And I went ahead and saturated that real well because I want it to be nice and soaked so that that grime comes up nice and easily. I think this is the final countertop. Next thing to clear off so that I can wipe down again. Another spray down. Feels like the wiping just never ends sometimes. Setting up all of our hot sauces. Oh, look, another corner to wipe down. Alrighty, now that this has been soaking, I'm ready to wipe it up. And it worked out well. There's all that nasty gunk up near the knobs wiped up super easily from letting it soak. Pretty sure you're supposed to let these natural cleaners soak on there anyway so they can do their thing. Oh, so much better. Nice and clean. Here I'm cleaning up those knobs with some soap and water. So they can go back on the stove. Ooh, more drawers to clean out. I'm gonna start using this space. I was never using these before, so I wanna get these nice and clean. We live in a pretty big house. It's a furnished rental, so it's taken me some time to catch up on the deep cleaning around here. I didn't know how long we were going to be living here for, but now we've been living here for over 6 months, and we're going into our second 6-month lease, so it's home for now. This took me a second to figure out, but I finally got it. Moved all my other food wrap to this side, and I end up working it out, take the gallon bags out. I really want them to go that way, but they won't. And then I have sandwich size and quart size and a backup of quart size I stick in the back of the drawer for later. There we go. Now all the food wrap is in one spot, and I can pick up that trash and move on to the next thing, which is my junk drawer. This is just the owner's stuff, ton of their stuff, ton of trash. I'm starting a pile of their stuff, and I have my stuff, and then trash. I have some necessities that I keep up here in this drawer for myself that I've just been throwing on top of all the trash and owner stuff, and I'm sick of that. I want to have a nice drawer that's just for our random stuff that we can reach in and get to. So in that drawer I keep a candle with a lighter for power outages, some tape, scissors, and chapstick. And then I'm just wiping out this drawer, putting all that stuff, like I said, into a bag so they can stick it into a bottom drawer around here. I don't even think I end up using this drawer for anything. Time to clean the silverware holder. Ugh, gross. We have a ton of silverware. This house came furnished with a ton of silverware, so I'm pulling it all out now. I'm just setting it aside so that I can clean out the holder. And I take that over the sink and scrub it out with soap and water before I put it back in. And of course, prepping yet another drawer because I don't like, yeah, you can see how it needed to be done. I'm just drying that out now. It's been washed with soap and water, and I can go ahead and put the silverware back in, which takes me a second because I think that I'm going to be so creative and move the knives to another side, and they don't work there. So I end up having to move them all back over and go with how it was before, but that's okay. It's nice and clean now. This drawer I wanted to clean out because I wanted to move some utensils over, and then I go and drop it and spend way too long trying to put it back in before I just use my patience, get down there, line the rollers up with the track, and slide it back in. As you can see me finally start to accomplish here. There we go. Oh, use your patience, Jamie. So I have this drawer over here behind me is full of utensils. and they were just poorly placed, just a big old mess. So I'm trying to put them into that drawer because that drawer is the one that is right next to the stove. And then this is my utensil container. I'm filling up with all the most important utensils for the stove, which seem to mostly be spatulas, a pair of tongs, and a couple other things. I have more organizing to do over here. As you can see, that drawer was just so full. Yeah, I had to get it prioritized. We have so much stuff. So again, wiping it out. I'm moving my hot mitts over to this side because it's right by the oven. And then I'm moving some miscellaneous utensils back into this drawer. So I have it super thinned out, and then I just move a bunch of other stuff that I don't really use into the lower drawers. This is my baking stuff. I wanted to get it organized. I don't have very much right now, but I did want to get it contained and separate. And then these are my baking supplies that I have on hand. And that's about it. This is a cornbread casserole recipe I'm getting together for the next vlog. Have a great day.